This is Unapologetically Unfiltered, a podcast from two women who everyone thought were the quietest people in the room. Plot twist, we're not. I'm Jess, and this is Georgia. We met whilst filming and participating on one of TV's wildest experiments, stranded on Honeymoon Island. We were both heartbroken and, in the process, found each other instead. Therefore, we're the real power couple, baby.
We certainly are.
I'm really excited about this episode. We have spoken about your relationship with Chad and yourself, obviously.
Yeah.
The love story of the show. And
Yep.
we've spoken about my relationship with Sam, which was truly a roller coaster and demonic at the best of times. But today, we're going to get into the nitty gritty about the other couples of So High, what we really thought about them, a little bit of goss from behind the scenes, and we're going to do some rematching maybe.
Oh, let's do it. I'm
it.
excited.
To start with, we went to something called Couples Cove. When we went into this experiment, we had no idea that we were going to see anybody else. We thought we were just going to be married and with our partner for 3 weeks on an island.
Yep.
We didn't know how many people were married, who was matched with who. And so about 3 or 4 days in, we went to Couples Cove.
So we would all rock up in our little private boats and we would not know what order everyone was in.
Couples Cove was wild. It was so hot.
Oh,
We were dehydrated.
the humidity I think was at like 99% and it was definitely in the 30s.
Yeah.
It was, and mind you, we had no hat, no sunglasses.
We had SPF though.
We did
safe.
have SPF.
But we were there, we were waiting for ages to get to kind of create the scenes, and it was hot. Most of us were drinking, and
Yes,
we
there was alcoholic beverages.
there was alcoholic beverages,
Yeah.
and we rarely saw each other. So Couples Cove was like a chance for us to go and try and connect.
Yeah.
And I know I was always like, "Where is Georgia? I want to speak to Georgia."
Yeah.
But we kind of couldn't. And then we were shoved onto this really long table of 12 people. And it was like, let's fucking fight to the death.
Yeah.
And we basically said nothing. So I guess now is our time to shred
Yes.
post Couples Cove.
This is what we actually wanted to say when we were on the island.
Exactly.
We will not be holding back right now, so brace yourselves.
You know, I always, like, when I was growing up, I was always taught that the quietest person in the room is probably the smartest.
I couldn't agree more.
So we just shut our mouths.
Yeah, I think in my personality, when I meet people, I do tend to sit back and I like to observe and I like to know what I am working with everyone. So I think I did a lot of that on the island. I like to observe how to handle these people on the island.
Same. And with all due respect, if I was offered a chance to go to that lunch or that dinner table in my real life, I would probably not be putting my hand up to say yeah. I liked people individually, but that was not my thing.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd rather masturbate with cactus gloves on, quite frankly.
Well, it's just having so many big personalities in that room. I could not get a fucking word in. I couldn't. The only word I could get in to Chad was like, "Oh, do you like the lobster?"
Exactly.
Like that was the only word that him and I could really get in.
And Georgia and I could only really whisper like words to each other. I'd be like, inconsistencies. And that's it.
I know, we almost had to do like a sign language.
We still managed to blow shit up though
We
at the
did.
second one
We
accidentally.
did.
Whoopsie. I mean, with that said, were you excited to go to Couples Cove? I know I was excited to start with.
I loved going to Couples Cove,
Yeah.
and it was purely on the basis that I got to see you,
Yeah.
and I got to see the other girls, and I got to have a bit of girl time after having like X amount of days with Chad. So
Yes.
and I'm a real girls girl, so I need my girl time, and
Yes.
you know, it was a really good opportunity to see how the other couples were doing, because you have your girlfriends to talk to and, you know, family or your girlfriends. So on the island, when you're just with your partner, you don't have that chance to talk, and you also don't have there is no measure. So there is no measure in the relationship. When should we be talking about life on outside of the island? Should we be taking that step next sexually? When should we be talking about this? There is literally no time on the island.
Yeah, we don't
have
no
a
clocks.
watch. And there is no measure of, it's not at the 2-month mark, or it's not at this X amount of points. So it's really hard to know when to have these conversations.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really important for the experience because it does give you a benchmark or a bookmark. I personally, yes, I definitely wanted to go to the first one. I was really curious. But from the first Couples Cove, I saw Sam behaving differently.
Yeah.
And I certainly have like I have an ideal of how my partner will behave in a situation at a party with other couples. Mm-hmm. And Sam, I was watching him, and I thought Chad was being incredible to you. He was quite chivalrous. He was always looking out for you, but Sam was not. And he's not doing that with me. And it was at Couples Cove that I realised just how much of a live wire he really is. So then in the future, I was always kind of going to Couples Cove thinking like, fuck, what is going to explode this time?
Yeah, I really felt for you guys, because I felt like every time you came to Couples Cove, you were in the spotlight.
Yeah, we got bent over.
It was obviously not like a nice experience for you to always be like, you must have felt like your relationship was constantly in the spotlight. I know we are on TV, but you must have felt like in that group setting did you kind of feel like under attack from everyone?
Yeah, I feel like Sam was under attack for his behaviour and his attitude, which sometimes was warranted. Mm-hmm. And then I was under attack for not seeing Sam's behaviour and not immediately jumping down my husband's throat for being calculated, manipulative, whatever else, when I was still trying to work it out.
Yeah.
Like, you're still trying to work it out and you're still trying to believe the best because you want it to work, and you got to go home with this person.
And also you're still trying to figure it out, and you don't always have the answers to the questions that people are asking.
Yeah, and it's just, you're perpetually shocked. And so I was always like, oh my God, what's going to happen next, you know? So it was, I have mixed feelings about Couples Cove. Like, I wish I was going, because I love a party with a partner that I'm into, that I'm obsessed with, because I'm really into PDA. I'd be sitting on their lap making out, whatever, but it was just not like that with Sam. So it obviously it did hold up a light to show me like, this ain't it, you know? Let's talk about the other couples. What were your first impressions?
Ooh.
I'll give you mine about you and Chad.
Yep. What did you think of Chad and I
Well,
first?
shit, I didn't even remember Chad. No,
so you're like, who is she matched with?
No recollection. But I thought you guys looked beautiful together, and I could see straight away that Chad just had these like attributes or behaviours that were like, he's a bit of an older guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's in his 40s.
Yeah.
But he just behaved well.
He did behave really well.
And he grounded the whole table. He wasn't completely flashy and loud. He had a bit of maturity to him. So I valued him for that. And I thought you guys were well matched. Amy and Mike, diabolical, demonic.
So do you remember at one of the Couples Coves that we were all standing on the beach and we were waiting for the last couple, and that was Amy and Mike.
Yeah, because we obviously all met Mike at speed
dating. Yeah.
And nobody wanted to be married to him.
No.
Because he's a loose unit, and we love you, Mike.
We love you, Mike.
But he's very much, bros will be bros, lads, like footy, tits, pies.
Footy, tits, pies.
Footy! And I just couldn't.
I don't think Mike's other side came across in speed dating. And we've really gotten...
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame, because we've really gotten to know Mike, and we actually, we quite rate Mike
In hindsight, I think I probably would have had a good time with Mike.
Yeah.
Mike is probably what I thought Sam would be.
Yes. I watched Mike's progress on the island, and he turned a leaf. So I'm
Definitely.
Super proud of that. But I remember at that point we were all on the island and... for Couples Cove, and we're waiting for their boat to rock up, and we're like, who is Amy going to be with? Who is it? Drum roll, and it was Mike, and we were all like,
oh my God. But they were just going for the neck at the table.
jugular, yeah.
And I think Amy even dominated Mike, and you could see Mike kind of shrinking. And Mike is a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big personality. So essentially you had two big personalities, and I always said, I wonder if this is going to work. I wonder if, you know, we spoke about the proximity effect a lot on the island. Mm-hmm. For those who don't know about a proximity effect, I really didn't know much about it when I went onto the island. And it's basically like if you're placed in an environment with someone for long enough that you maybe will develop feelings for that person.
That was the idea behind the whole experience of the show.
Yeah. I wondered whether that proximity effect would come into play with those two.
And there is a fine line between love and hate. So you could see, like, I was backing it.
Yes.
And I looked at them to start with and I was like, these two can learn so much from each other. They both have an ego. They both need to just turn it down a bit and have some self-awareness.
Yes.
That was it.
I think they both needed to listen to each other.
100%.
They needed to listen.
I think Mike was probably quite humbled by experience.
I think he was, definitely.
Mm. Emily and Tom.
Oh, Emily and Tom.
Tom was one of my matches, my sensible picks.
Yep.
From speed dating.
He was not one of my picks, I don't think.
Looking back, I don't think I could have been matched with Tom.
I feel like he's a bit young for me.
Well, I mean, they're all younger than me. He's a bit quiet for me, maybe, I think.
Yeah, he's a bit. But as we've seen as time went on, maybe he's not so quiet.
He's got the dirty, dark secret.
He does.
It's always the fucking quiet ones.
Always the quiet ones, isn't it? Yeah. Like, I was really shocked with, you know, all the drama that unfolded with him.
Yeah, so Tom was kind of sliding into some DMs.
He was sliding into quite a few DMs.
But actually, let's wind it back. On the first Couples Cove, we found out that Tom was still in love. Like he didn't have a relationship. He had still had feelings for someone back home.
He had told Emily that he had feelings for someone that he was seeing before he came on the show. And, you know, for context, it is a really long process with reality TV. What people don't realise, when you go on reality TV, it can be up to a 6-month process. People are still dating, and, you know, I have watched other shows and I've even judged myself and I've been like, oh my God, I can't believe they had someone before they went on the show. But in reality of it is very common because you still need to live your life, and you may be going on dates before the show. So it is the reality. So and
you may be having sex because that's a human need.
Yeah, correct. And you may meet someone, and that does happen. It is human nature. So when I heard that, like, I was like, I didn't really judge him because I thought, I know what it's like.
I was devastated for Emily because obviously you know that all the women, like, we were all very, very invested in it. But I defended Tom because I agree with you. Like, other things happen while you're going through the casting process, and you do arrive on the island and you don't have anything, you don't have your phone, whatever. And those experiences can bring out other emotions, and perhaps Tom has come to the experience and been like, oh my God, I have feelings for this other girl. That is being human.
It does take some people in relationships to, you know, go and be with someone else to make them realize what they actually had, or, you know, the connection like that can definitely happen. And I don't judge someone for that.
Do you know what though? He actually admitted it, didn't he?
He admitted it, which takes courage, because
we didn't get that from my ex-husband.
No, you just got pies from your ex-husband.
No,
I will admit, like, I will definitely give him that he did tell her, because he could have led her on and then dropped that bomb at the end.
So then what do we think about Emmanuel and Danny?
Manny and Danny. So I feel like this match is a bit of a wild card match with
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I think I was more shocked that they were actually getting along so well.
Were you secretly like, I should have been paired with him?
Man, I should have 100% been paired with Emmanuel. Sorry, Danny. I didn't actually think that well with her, but I should have been.
I noticed they seemed like they were getting along really well. I could tell Manny was really like, I could tell that he was falling in love with Danny, and she had told me that, but she hadn't said it back to him. She told me. So I felt like she was quite unsure of him.
And I was like, what is going on? Like, why?
Yeah. I felt like she was
Holding back.
And her and I had a chat about sex on the island. So
Me too.
yeah, we had a chat, and I was like, because I think she'd waited until I said I had sex with Chad, and then she's like, oh yeah, we had sex. And I was like, huh?
What?
I was like,
Yeah.
hold up. You've been gatekeeping that little secret, haven't you? And they slept together quite early on.
Yeah. And you know what? Emmanuel was very quick to like defend Danny. And he was very much like my wife very early on.
Yeah,
However,
he was.
We know him a little bit better now. And like, looking back, I don't see that like PDA. I don't see that PDA.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't kind of, fuck, if I was matched with Emmanuel, I wouldn't have gotten off the guy.
I don't think you would have even departed your island.
Yeah, I wouldn't have left my island.
You wouldn't have been at Couples Cove. That's what
PDA.
I'm saying. I've seen a little bit of that disconnect with like her towards him, in the fact like she didn't seem like thrilled.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, but he was owning that situation.
Why? This guy's giving you everything. And yeah, I was really confused about that. I still am. Okay, so we've got... Brie was obsessed with Byron.
Oh, yeah. I actually...
I don't blame her.
Byron was one of my picks.
Byron was so close to being one of my picks too.
Yeah.
I remember speed dating. I had a good conversation with him, and
it's that dirty mo, isn't it?
fucking gross. But that's why I didn't pick him, because he's not my physical type.
It's that 70s porn star mo.
But he's a legend, and
He
I wish
is
I
a
did.
legend. I did pick Byron as a bit of a wild card for myself at speed dating, because he was so warm and friendly, and I was like, I can just definitely see myself having a great time with him on the island. I don't know about the attraction between him and I, but I could definitely see us having a great time together.
Yeah, and he's very smart, and he's very together.
Yeah.
And he was doing everything for Brie. And Brie is obsessed with him. Look, they look fantastic on TV.
They look gorgeous together on TV, and you know, Brie is a bit chaotic as well. So,
but you know what? We need men like Byron in the world. That's why we need Byron in that cast.
We do. Byron is one of the top lads in that.
Yeah,
in that
he's
cast.
a nice guy.
Yeah. How do you think they like seeing the progression of their relationship on the island? How would you say like they went?
Well, I think probably they were quite smitten with each other to start with.
Yes.
Like, they're attracted to each other.
Yeah.
Byron would have done everything. And then I think just knowing a little bit about Brie, she probably would have gotten like kind of anxious around the elements and all that sort of stuff. And then as they started to emotionally connect, I think they would have hit speed humps, because I think he's much more traditional than she is.
Yes. I remember her wanting to be quite quiet about the sexual activities that were happening on their island.
He was not really into it, was he?
Well, he still allowed it to happen.
Yes, well, who wouldn't as a man?
I actually maybe think that Brie turned all of her attention to Boris instead of...
The chicken. They had a chicken.
They had a chicken called Boris.
Fuck that chicken. Honestly, I was just like, what? There's no drama here, so we've got chicken today.
Yes.
Fuck. But they were great. I really liked Byron and Brie together. I was backing them too. Let's go through the couples really quickly. We're going to give them a label: iconic, demonic, chaotic, or idiotic.
Drum roll.
Brie and Byron. Chaotic.
Chaotic. Yeah.
Mike and Amy. Demonic. Emmanuel and Danny. Iconic. Chaotic.
I think iconic.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Emily and Tom. Idiotic.
Idiotic.
Sam and I. Demonic. You and
Chad and myself.
Iconic. Remember when we came back and we gave all of the islands a name? All
Yes.
day.
So when we got back and we were processing everything of this experience that, it was a lot when we got back, coming
Yeah.
back into society.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be a really fun idea to name our islands based on the events
experiences.
that had happened. My island was Cirque du Soleil because Chad loved to perform like a circus act.
Boom. Manuel and Danny, the studio.
The studio because both creative.
Emily and Tom, concrete jungle. Tom's a brick wall a little bit.
Or he could be down in the DMs too.
Yeah.
It goes down in the DMs.
Mike and Amy, the stage. Was it?
The stage, yeah, because they
stage.
both love performing. They both like being the centre of attention.
Brie and Byron, the farm. Boris.
And
Sam and I were the demon.
The Demon Island.
Because there used to be a ride at Wonderland called the Demon.
The
And
Demon,
I fucking felt like I was on it every day.
Yeah.
Woo!
Not the kind of roller coaster you want to be on.
While we're here and we're talking about Couples Cove, I may as well ask you. Not that I give a fuck anymore anyway. But we're here to shred. So, what did you and Chad see of Sam's behaviour at Couples Cove? Because it was often called out, like Sam was getting jumped on left, right, and centre. Sam nearly got into a punch-up. Demonic.
I think I was just such in a love bubble with Chad. I didn't see much. So when I was constantly being questioned about it by everyone, I didn't really see it. So, and I would go back to our island and I'd say, Chad, like, I don't get what everyone's talking about. I have not seen it. But then I started to see it. I started to see things and I started to see how Sam would handle himself and he was like a live wire.
At which Couples Cove?
Was it number 2?
The punch-up or the one before that?
The one before that.
So when I fainted.
Yes. I then started to see what everyone was talking about because I do like to make a judgment on someone based on obviously my experience with them. And, at the same time, I was also trying to support you as well. Yeah. When everyone was against you guys, Chad and I were in your corner. We were there for you guys. So it was a really hard act to balance.
Yeah, definitely. And it would have been difficult for you as well because we came to your island. Sam and I came there.
Yes.
And you did have an opportunity to see Sam's better side, even though he did fucking derail that whole date with talking about his ex-girlfriend.
He blew up at one point. Like,
that's right. He did walk off, didn't he?
He walked off,
and I calmed him down. But who the fuck honestly brings on, like, to a date, let alone onto a whole experience on an island? We literally were sitting there with Chad walking us through this, like, cognitive behavioural therapy thing where it wasn't really, but he was saying, and how does that make you feel, Sam? And how does that make you feel, Jess? And like walking us through step by step all of Sam's reactions to this tiny thing that happened with Emmanuel. We don't even know the truth about still, but he just derailed things with his bullshit.
I feel like there was like a bit of drama brewing between Manny and Sam. There's maybe more to it.
Yeah, we're yet to see. I mean, I've seen a little bit of it since we've come out into the world. When Sam was being inconsistent, I didn't know what was going on. And the only thing I could pick up was what he had some sort of tension between him and Emmanuel. And there was something that he mentioned about Emmanuel's ex. That was the only piece of information I could get. You're on an island. You have no phones. You can't call anyone. You can't look at Instagram.
Yeah.
And so that's when I said to you, like, something about Emmanuel and Emmanuel's ex. But I didn't care about Emmanuel and Emmanuel's ex. I was trying to work out if Sam was projecting or if there was something else, or there was something between them or whatever.
I feel like there's more to that story.
Yeah, and we still don't know. I guess a little bit of a snippet of Sam's behaviour and why it was happening. It was partially my fault because I blew something up, but Sam's behaviour wasn't adding up. The maths was not mathing between his words and actions, and I was doing everything I could to try and work out what was happening.
Yeah.
Because didn't get it. This guy was saying, I'm smitten with you. I would run down the street after you in Sydney if I saw you. You're hot. You've got a great body. I'd love to take your clothes off, but doing nothing. Tumbleweeds.
Huh? Question. Hypothetically, if we had to rematch the couples.
I love this game.
Let's play.
All right.
Who would we rematch?
I put you with Byron.
Oh, I like that. He was actually one of my choices.
Picks,
so
yeah. I mean,
yep.
I know Sam was one of your picks, wasn't he?
He was, but
I wouldn't do that to you. I feel like every other woman on that show would have just struggled with Sam.
Yeah.
However, just to
Agreed.
mix things up, I would have put Amy and Sam on there.
Amy
together.
and yeah.
Because by the end, they had this like hate, love, fuckery thing. And I was like, why don't you guys just go and fuck in the corner, honestly?
I know. It was quite weird. I was like, weren't you just at the jugular with each other like 2 seconds ago?
Literally, they hate. Like Sam said some horrible things about Amy on camera and off camera.
Do you remember there was that point, and it won't be on camera, but I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Where they were at each other at Couples Cove, and then right before our boats came and picked us up, we all got into the water. And next minute, they're just standing next to each other.
Having a chat.
Just having a lovely chat together. I'm like...
I kept looking over like, oh, that's going to explode. I'm just keeping an eye on him.
It was quite a love-hate relationship.
Maybe that was all fucking made up.
Maybe. It's really hard to know with reality TV, isn't it?
Because they were, like, I almost would say that Sam kind of would have had, like, Sam would have liked to be with Amy more than he would with me. Because he was always like, I want a really dominant, fierce, like, strong woman. Fucking go with Amy then.
I find that weird because he would just, like, break down any woman, so...
I'm strong, but I'm just quiet but strong. Yeah, fuck that. He can go with Amy. Good luck. And I'd put together... Who would we put Danny with?
Danny, we put with Chad.
Yeah.
Actually, Danny picked Chad. Didn't she?
And do you know what? I feel like Danny, because Danny's quite a little bit like us, like travel, feminine, flowy. She probably needs someone grounded.
Yes. Yeah. I would put you with Manny. Spicy Island.
But look, I think, Emmanuel and I would match on a lot of levels in terms of travel and creativity and whatnot. But I feel like I'd probably be the person that would be the grounded one, I guess.
Yep.
That leaves.
Mike and Bree. I think that would be quite entertaining.
Oh, we've put Emily with Sam. Oh. Right, so as much as I would love to see Sam and Amy at each other's necks on the island, let's put Emily with Sam because they had a bit of a friendship in the end.
Yeah, they did.
I heard there were a couple of rumours after the finale about rooms and whatnot, but also...
Yeah, there was actually. And I kind of noticed, like, even just a little bit at the last Couples Cove, just like...
Well, he didn't talk to me at all.
No, but he seemed to, like, talk to her a little bit.
And we came back from the island one day and he was like, I think Emily has a thing for me because she touched my shoulder. She was fucking devastated that her husband didn't like her.
Oh, my God.
And was talking to him. It was probably planned.
He's got tickets on himself.
Yeah, so you know what? Run that. Let's put Emily
Let's
and Sam
do it.
together.
Let's run it.
Mike and
Brie. Mm-hmm. Mike and Brie.
Demonic.
I would need the popcorn for this.
Yeah.
I think it would, weirdly enough, like I kind of think it would have maybe worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could totally work.
Because Brie does need a grounded, Byron is that, but she needs a grounded, like, strong man. And Mike, for all of his bullshit, love you, he is a man that wants to provide and protect.
He has that kind of traditional values, and he may be able to tame Brie a bit.
Yeah, Brie does need, and also they probably have hot sex, which is what they both wanted.
Yeah.
So what, we're going to put Amy and Tom together?
Yes.
Beige Island.
Beige Island.
Amy would spice it up.
Yes.
Amy would light Tom on fire for DMing.
she would light him. I think she'd launch him off the island. Let's talk about the proximity effect.
Okay, so the proximity effect is the idea that if you put two people together for 21 days or over, they will develop some type of attachment or feelings for each other.
But as we've seen in this experiment, worked for some but not for others.
Yeah, but there's outliers with this experiment because you do interact with other people, I should say. You are interrupted by filming. It's not always natural. But I still back the proximity effect. If Sam would have got out of his own way and there were no cameras there, he and I probably could have got along based on the values.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think, yes, you could maybe learn to live with someone. And then from learning to live with them, then you may start developing feelings for them because there is no one else around.
Yeah.
So I was very on the island. I was very like, no, I don't believe in it. But coming out of it now, like, yes, it did work for some couples and not for others. But I think maybe if you had a very lengthy period of time on the island, like maybe where you're with someone for like a year on the island or something like that, and you only have each other, it has to be longer.
I like to think that if I was on the island with Sam for longer, I would have like stabbed him,
killed each other.
Sleep. Yeah.
It would have been murder mystery on the island.
I feel like I would have started connecting the dots and told him to go and fuck himself. Probably.
Yes. Yeah. I think you would have gotten to a point and you would have been like, I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah. I just like, what are you like? What
I think
are
you would have tossed him off the island.
Yeah. But I guess I was really sad because I do think it is an opportunity, and if you're on the island for 3 weeks with someone that you potentially could fall in love with. And I feel like you grabbed that with both hands, and I don't feel like we saw that from everybody. I feel like everyone was so, like, not everyone, but a lot of people were so quick to see faults and negatives and all that sort of stuff. It's just like, nah, you've got this opportunity once, just take it. Yeah.
So it's obviously been a bit of time since we filmed. And how would you kind of feel about seeing everybody?
I mean, I look forward to it, but I just I would wonder if it would be different, if it'd be different without the cameras there, to be honest, because was everyone running their mouths because of the cameras, or was everyone really being who they were?
And that is the biggest question mark with reality TV. You just, like, we know how we acted and we know what we're like, but you don't know everyone else's intentions, or you don't know who they really are as a person. So it's really hard to gauge that.
I feel like I'd be happy to see everyone again because I feel like you and I deserve a second chance. We're the quietest
we deserve a round two.
We're the quietest people in the room, but you know what? We're the mysterious bitches off the back. Like,
we are.
We need to go into that room and not only shred the table, but stand the fuck on top of it, kick everything off, and dance on it.
Yes,
so people can actually see us for who we are. Because we didn't get that.
I feel like we were really quite nice on the show.
Yeah.
And that is not at all who we are as people. Like,
I have my moments of being quiet and introspective. I think we pick our battles, and that was not our battleground. I definitely want to see Byron again. Definitely want to see Danny, Emmanuel.
What about Sam?
I'd love to see Sam again. Love to. No, Sam, come on through. Like, I'd love to have a chat with you that isn't fake.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a real conversation with him. I don't believe a word that he says, unfortunately. I just can't. But otherwise, I'd love to see everyone. Love to see the girls. I think the girls are coming through Bali. Woo.
Yes. Yoo-hoo.
I guess that wraps up for us what we saw from behind the scenes with the other couples on Stranded. I'm sure there'll be more snippets to come. However, we're also going to cover a lot of our own personal dating experiences on this podcast. Georgia travels a lot, so do I. We've both been through it in terms of love, dating and relationships. Yep. So we're going to get into that a little bit. Unpredictable always, but we're going to give it to you unfiltered because we didn't get to on the show.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. Come back for that.
Fabulous.
Otherwise, peace out. This is Guess.
We are iconic.
Guess, iconic. Chaotic, iconic. Sometimes demonic. Bye.
Bye-bye.